Greetings and salutations, my comrades and amigos. Pokemon Master Skywalker here. Once again, we are doing a medieval castle project video. As part of that project, not really a main part, but I did terraform a bit over here to make the mountain look a bit more natural, incorporating this trench area which was natural into here, so it's not a completely flat area, which I'm pretty sure I showcased that last episode. That's not the main point of this video though. The main point of this video is here. This is the stables area. Well, at the moment this is the private stables area. There's also the public stables over there by the sheep farm, which I will get to in just a minute. I feel like, for me personally, what I was going for here is more of a posh look kind of thing, where, you know, the pens, they're much roomier here. Like, even though there is a little stack of food, which I think I will need to amend in some way, I will need to change that, because I've noticed with this guy, when I put him in this pen, he could sort of just climb out by himself, and I think he was climbing up these hay bales, so I will need to change that. But that's one aspect, is that, you know, each pen, of which there are only 2, but each pen has its own little hay bale. And see, these pens, there's only 2 of them, but they're significantly more roomy than the other ones over there, which is the public stables. And so even though I can only keep 2 in my little private stables area, it's much better. Plus, it's like an open area. Because, like, you can see here, it's, like, really open. You can look out and see the trees and all sorts of interesting things outside. Although, admittedly, that area you won't be able to see because there's going to be a big castle wall there. Which, I'm not quite at the point of being ready to tackle that yet. I do need to figure out how I want to make the wall look. But that's okay. What we have over here is the public stables. Now, I feel like I wouldn't have minded having slightly wider area to use for this, because the awning on this side, it actually cuts off. I had planned for that to be 1 block longer, but it actually runs into the area which is designated for the wall here. And by the time I realized I had already built literally everything else, so even though I kind of had space down this side, I figured it was better to leave it looking a bit more open on this side, rather than going to the effort of moving everything aside 1 block. But yeah. Now, see, something you'll notice here is that in terms of design, it's a bit rougher. You know, it's like the roof is supported by these beams up here, which is compared to the way the other roof was, where it was like slanted, and the other one was significantly more open. Like, really the only place where you can see out clearly is out that window there, which if I can go in, it's like, you know, this is really the only open space, and once the walls have gone up, you won't even be able to see that. So the only open space will be over there, looking that way. And then these pens, they're significantly smaller, and they don't have their own private hay bales. Instead, there's a community hay bale over on this side. While admittedly there's more hay here, in terms of ratio, there's actually more hay per horse at the public stables over, no, not public, private stables over there. And another thing I liked about this is that here I've used spruce wood, so it's like the common wood. I have used a bit of oak, but that's okay. But it's like I've used spruce wood for literally everything you see. But then over here, it's like birch wood, which is significantly harder to find when you consider that you live in a spruce forest. And so, it's true that the roof is spruce, but the bottom area, the floor, is birch, which is another thing. Here the floor is wooden, whereas over there, the floor was just regular ground, which, you know, I think the horses are more comfortable in the wooden area. I don't know for sure how horses actually feel about that wooden floor versus rough ground area, but I think it just looks a bit nicer here. Plus, I created a really nice little staircase down to the path, which is gonna be the way you'll go out. I think I covered this in the last video, but pretty much this area here is gonna be like a redstone door, right? And so you'll be able to press a button, push a lever, something, and then you can just go out along this path here. And this one goes out to the snow biome, and that's where my little village is, and the Greek temple, and all sorts of interesting things. So